A Stupid Squashable Bug, a story about Alvin and Thomas. Once a year we believed there was magic alive in the air, for the angels we made lying there.
I had seen it at a reading at a festival. There's a festival every year called NAMT. It stands for National Alliance of Music Theater. And they do 8 shows. They do 45-minute versions of about 8 shows for mostly the people that are artistic directors of regional theaters around the country. And I saw this, and it was one of those that just moved everybody that was there. We all thought it was really special, and I immediately tried to see about getting the rights to do the show, and I wanted to do it here. And the writers were very enthused about doing that, but a woman plunked down a bunch of money to get the Broadway rights so that it wasn't going to be available, but then she asked me if I wanted to co-produce it with her on Broadway. So at first I had to wrestle with that because I thought it was such a small, special show that I was concerned about putting it into a Broadway theater. But I also felt that that could be the best way to make the show very visible to a lot of people that might want to do it. So we did it on Broadway. We had, unfortunately, didn't have a very long life there, and I think sort of proved that it belongs in small regional theaters. But the people that saw it were just sort of blown away. In fact, the writers even got emails from people talking about how it not only did it change their lives, but in many cases it saved their lives because they were just so, they reconnected with people in their life that were profoundly important to them and made them think about what was what the most important things in life are, and it has that effect on people. So, and in addition to that, I think it's really, really well written.
Say that every time this butterfly flaps, it causes a tiny ripple in the air that can spread out and grow and change wind currents and weather patterns. They call it the butterfly effect.
The author, Hartford, 1876.
Hearing this stuff from a friend may be hard, but not knowing it all would be twice as shitty. You'll get through high school unnoticed, then you'll thank me, you'll see. So you'll be the guy who fucks every trend.
Yes, a friend of mine, Bridget Cuthia, who lives in the Philadelphia area.
Oh, yeah.
And I touched base, and she's going to come see the show. And she sent me a message on Facebook that I was free. If I was free on Monday nights, I could go and have dinner with she and her husband at their house, just like I used to when I was in high school, and we were in choir together. So that is one friend, and another.
Bridget called me and said, "Give Jim the wrong directions to our house." Jim and I actually went to kindergarten together and haven't spoken until this process. And
I think
well,
she really wants some serious answers. And then another friend, Tracy Timmons O'Shea, who actually lives in the area, is also coming to the show.
and she'd like to buy a vowel,
And we knew each other from back in 4th or 5th grade. So
where she was not spelling bee.
some of us are actually focused on giving you the right answers.
Those rumors are not true about Jim. He's wonderful to work with.
When you're done, just wake me up.
Okay.
I have a long history with the show that I don't need to bore people with, but I will. I met Neil and Brian years earlier, and they cast me to do the show in Canada, and I couldn't do it because I have a family.
Not with Bridget.
Bridget. And so I had to put that on hold. Then they were doing it in New York, and they called me in to cover, and I wanted to be a part of the show any way I could possibly be, because I knew that this show was going to have a future beyond New York and keep being done all across the country many times over. And if it was being done, I wanted to be a part of it. So I sort of schmoozed Buddy a lot. Buddy is our director and was one of the producers of the Broadway version. And he had mentioned that he was going to do it at his theater. And I had mentioned that I would be willing. And then he decided to cast me in the role that I didn't understudy.
Great.
But he's the genius, not me. Have friends come see the show. That's
Have
what he
friends
wants to say.
will travel.
That's what we're trying to spread.
If a stupid and squashable bug can have that kind of power, what about us?
Might seem small to you, but you change the world with everything you do.
And Mrs. Remington smiled, and she was clearly content as she lovingly presided over this, the main event.
It's hard to find small musicals for theaters like ours that are, you know, small cast and still have great music, and this is a lovely little show.
When I need to have them with me, they'll be here. They'll be here. They'll be here. They'll be here, swirling round and around in a magical Christmas Eve glow. The way they did then, back when we were just 10, all our angels again in the snow.
Let me tell you a story about Alvin.